Hello, my name is Stephanie Jones, and this is for my Communications 101 class at Liberty University. Today I will be talking to you about African American women and their increasing risk for contracting the HIV/AIDS disease. The Center of Disease Control, the CDC, has reported statistically that the number one killer in African American women from ages 25 to 34 is HIV/AIDS. African Americans make up about 13% of the U.S. population, and out of that 13%, more than half of them are at risk for contracting the HIV/AIDS disease. Wow, this is some great number. Some of the things that I'll be discussing, the reason for African American women being at risk, are the lack of education, the shame, and keeping healthy. Uh, let's talk about the lack of education. We need to preach abstinence to our kids. We need to preach abstinence to kids going off to college. But if that does not work, we need to let them know that they need to wrap it up. They need to use safe sex, and they need to use a prophylactic. There's men and women prophylactics available. We also there's a National Black HIV Awareness HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, which is February 7, 2010. We need to send this out, send this email to our friends, pass the message on that this is a National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, and maybe this will help others understand about the HIV/AIDS disease. We also need to, let me give you the website for that organization, which is www.blackaidsday.org, and let me give you some hotline numbers, which is 1-866-297-9736 or 1-800-533-4148. That's in Virginia. Those are hotline numbers for any questions that you may have about AIDS or AIDS testing sites. We need to get tested. If you have more than one sexual partner, you need to get tested for AIDS. This is another reason why we are passing this disease through our communities, is because of refusal of getting tested if you are having sexual intercourse. We also need to understand the testing, that if you have a test and the test comes back negative, but you're having more than one partner still, you still need to get tested yearly. It's something that should be a part of your life if you are having sex. Another thing is, let's understand some of the stigmatisms about AIDS. People think if you touch someone who has AIDS, if you hug them, you kiss them, you can catch AIDS. This is not true. You cannot catch AIDS that way. AIDS is a blood transmitted disease. If you have a cut on you and someone else that has AIDS has a cut and their blood gets in your blood, of course, yes, then maybe you can catch AIDS. But otherwise, to hug somebody, to kiss somebody with AIDS, this is just not something that happens. You also need to understand that maybe you can talk to somebody in your family if you find out that you have AIDS, and maybe they can help you talk to your other family members, or you need to get to some support group or to your church. Your local priest or pastor should be able to help you get through this rough time. Also, those who do know that they have AIDS, and they need to keep healthy, and the way to do that is to take their medication and to keep their appointments. We're finding out that a lot of people in our community that do know that they have AIDS, they are not keeping their appointments, or they're not taking their medication. So they're passing the disease along, and they're acting like there's nothing wrong with them, and this is just unhealthy for our communities. So, in a nutshell, I think what we need to do is that we need a change. We need to stop this epidemic. We need to talk about this in our churches. We need to talk about this in the elementary schools, in the high schools, in the college levels. We need to spread the word of abstinence, or wrap it up, and what this disease is doing to our communities. In closing, I just want to say, if you're having sex, then wrap it up, and let us increase the educational awareness in our lower income communities. And finally, let's not discriminate against people who have HIV or AIDS. Let's stop this